I didn't know loneliness had a sound until everything around me went quiet. Starting my junior year of high school, I decided to switch from public school to homeschool, and honestly, it was probably one of the best decisions that I could have ever made. I worked at my own pace, I loved my classes, and I was actually learning. And all my classes were faith based, so I was learning God while I was learning secular world stuff. And the first month was great. Then the second month went by, and the third, and then months passed. Then the silence started to settle in. My friends faded, my routines changed, and suddenly it was just me. The kind that just isn't alone. Like, it's not just quiet, but it's heavy. But now that I look back at it, it was probably one of the best years of my life so far. Isolation season can be one of the most miserable or amazing times of your life. But it's what you do with that time that matters. Are you going to go chase after meaningless relationships, or are you going to chase after a relationship with God? Why does God actually put us in isolation? Why does He put us in the seasons of loneliness? I'm going to be going four ways that God could be isolating you today that could be the reason why He's doing it for you. In Exodus 33:14, it says, "The Lord replied, I will personally go with you, Moses, and I will give you rest. Everything will be fine for you." Moses would have this regular routine, this regular thing that he would do, and he would go to the tent of meetings all by himself to be with the Lord. And this private time not only gave him filled him and gave him the strength to lead thousands of people, the Israelites, but it also gave him a way to rest, to replenish his spirit. One way God is isolating you today is to refresh your spirit. It's hard, it's exhausting living, but sometimes God isolates you not to punish you, but to pour back into you, for you to just let it all out, to just breathe. And that's what Moses had to do. He was leading thousands of people and it was exhausting. They were complaining. You had to make sure they all had enough food to drink, shelter, and that everything was okay. It was exhausting. But that's why he went to the tent of meetings, to have this regular routine to meet with the Lord, to just allow him to just pour back into him. Number two is that sometimes God isolates you for his purpose and time. In Genesis 40, it talks about a man named Joseph who was left in prison because he was wrongly accused. And he helped two other prisoners who were with him, and one of them had completely forgotten about him. And for 2 years, he stayed in prison, and he just waited. But God wasn't done with him, because that season prepared Joseph for leadership and influence. After that 2 years, Pharaoh had a dream, and Joseph interpreted that dream, and he became second in command of Egypt, of all of Egypt. So what could look like a pause could actually be your launch pad. He's most likely isolating you to protect you and to bring you to a greater purpose in store. Because only God knows what He has planned for us. Because some our plans will never work out. Never. I can speak from experience. They will literally never work out. Only God's plans will, and on His timing. We just have to be patient. And it's okay to wait in those seasons of isolation. It's okay to just breathe and just be in His presence. That's why He's isolating you. Just to be filled with Him so that you are ready for whatever is to come after your isolation season. Number three is that sometimes God will isolate you to restore Him to the rightful place of our lives. Number one, our first priority. And honestly, I struggled with this because I have put so many things before God. I have idolized so many things, so many people, and I have put it all before God. And especially when I played basketball, I was putting basketball before Him, and I found my identity in basketball. But that wasn't until I tore my ACL, an injury that literally ruined my knee for life. and it'll never be the same. But like everything in an instant that I thought defined me was gone. And the season was so painful. And honestly, that reminded me who I really should be putting my identity in, who I should be putting at number one is God. And thanks to him, I was healed. I'm able to walk again, run again. I'm even playing flag football again, which I never thought would happen. But just like he did with Jonah in the belly of a fish, Jonah ran away from God. But God allowed him to get swallowed by a big fish and stayed for 3 days in that fish. And until he realized who God is, he went right back to what God was calling him to do. Same with Peter. Peter denied Jesus 3 times and he cried. But God restored him. Jesus found him and came to him and restored him and still showed him love even though he denied him. And same with Thomas, who doubted, who didn't believe. Jesus showed him his holes of the nails. He showed him and restored him. God met them all and restored all of them in solitude, in that loneliness, in that isolation. Maybe that's what he's calling you to do today too. He's restoring you right now. He's preparing you. He's protecting you. But just to remind us that who he is and what he's done for us. And number 4 is that God will isolate you to show you that he's all you got and all you need. In John 4 1 through 11, it talks about a woman who was caught in adultery, and the crowd just wanted to stone her, to kill her, because that's what it said in according to the law of Moses, to stone someone who commits adultery. But it's funny because I'm sorry guys, I'm getting to it. I'm not being prepared. Because I really love what Jesus says, and it says in John 8:7, it says Jesus said, all right, but let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone. They all left. Jesus was the only one standing there, and he told him, go and sin no more. Isolation doesn't mean abandonment. Sometimes it means God is just cleaning the room so it's just you and him. He's shooing all the bad people out of your life. He's shooing all the bad things out of your life. To show you that he's all you need. And there's this saying that my dad always says that has always stuck with me, is that people will let you down, but your God will never let you down. God always has our back. He always loves us, and he will continue to do it. Even if we sin, even if we wrong him, even if we test him, he still has his hands out ready for us, ready for a hug, because he loves us. Isolation is not the end of your story. It might be the chapter that literally shifts everything in your life. He isolated Moses to speak to him. He isolated Joseph to elevate him. He isolated Jonah to redirect him. He isolated Peter to restore him. And he even isolated Jesus to redeem you. God's literally not wasting a single moment. Every tear, every prayer, he is using it. He's working still in the stillness. So if you're walking through a season of isolation right now, just remember you're not abandoned. You're being prepared. You're not forgotten. You're being restored. And you're not alone. Because God is closer than your every next breath. So don't rush out of the quiet. Sit in it. Lean in it. Listen. Let the one who formed your soul remind you that he is the only one that can fill it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and isolation is such like a lot of things that we all struggle with, and I promise you that you're never alone. And if you do feel like you're alone and you need someone to talk to, please reach out to me. My Instagram, my TikTok is on there. Please reach out. Comment down below what in this season of isolation that you're going through, what is God showing you? What are you learning? And even if you're not in your season of isolation, what did you learn in your season of isolation? I love you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye.